In this video, we're going to be looking at merging navigation and attitude data to an EdgeTech JSF Sidescan file. Now for Sentry, we typically have all the data within Sentry's dive folder, in this case dive 386. In addition to some plots, points with the attitude, the altitude, the depth, and the position was. Sometimes you have attitude as well. Underneath the Sentry dive folder, you have the JSF files underneath the Sidescan sub-bottom folder, and you have navigation that's in process under the nav science folder. In this case, we're going to look for the nav first, underneath the process nav folder. And the file is called the NavInjector, the Sentry dive number .nav. We're going to look at this with an ASCII editor to verify the format. In this case, we have date, time, latitude, longitude, heading, pitch, roll, altitude, and depth. Now going and clicking and starting SonarWiz 7, we bring that up. SonarWiz comes up, we navigate to the toolbar, and we open up NavInjector Pro. Once we have that open, we can go ahead and close SonarWiz itself. And we see in there the very first TUI definition that you have is time or date, time, easting, northing, lat long, heading, pitch, roll, depth. This is not the correct one. It does not match our process navigation file. So we need to go and create a new one. So we'll go ahead, we add a new one. We'll call it TUI CSL Sentry. We're going to add the date, and in this case, the date is going to be in month, day, 4-digit year. We'll add time, and time will be an hour, minute, second, decimal second, separated by colons. You'll add fish latitude, degrees, decimal degrees. Fish longitude, again, degrees, decimal degrees. You'll add fish heading, which is different than course, that's heading. We'll add fish pitch, fish roll, towfish altitude, fish depth and meters. Now, it looks like we have everything defined for index 0 through 8, which matches the 9 fields that we have over here. Looks like our depth varies around 1,400 meters, which matches our plot. The first half of dive looks to be a little less than 40, and that's 30, so that makes sense. Second half of dive looks to be around 5 meters, at 1,400 meters, which also matches our data. The lat long looks to be around 39 and 69, which matches our nav plot. So it looks like the data is correct in the format. Now we can go ahead, open up our nav file. You can navigate to your Sentry dive folder, nav, sci, process. Make sure you're looking at all your files. In this case, star.star shows the NavInjector for that dive.nav. Open that up. Now you can see that the files appear to have imported, or the individual columns have imported properly. We have heading, pitch, roll, altitude, and depth. And that matches what we had over there. So everything looks like it has imported properly. So we'll go ahead and save this. So you now have a defined format. You need to go and find your format you just defined. In this case, TUI CSL S. That's what we just defined. We'll go and make sure we browse into the proper dive 386, nav, process, then go to the NavInjector file that we wish. And in this case, underneath the sub-bottom folder, you have your raw JSF file underneath the raw folder. So we'll go and define for dive 386, Sidescan, raw, that's where our JSFs are. And now to write to it, we're going to create a folder called raw JSF nav. We'll browse to that and make sure we are on the right dive. Sidescan folder, raw JSF nav. That's where we're going to write to. We have JSF format. So we'll go ahead and start that. The client is DSL. We want to update the fish position. We also want to make sure that we update the fish heading, pitch, roll, altitude, and depth. And you can see there's check marks on each one of these. We're going to interpolate the navigation to the sonar time. And if there's a gap of 30 seconds or more, we won't interpolate over it. And everything else looks like it's set up. So we can click OK, and it will start. Now you'll notice that you get an error message on the first few files, and the dive 228 is the first file that we have good navigation for. That's because your first few files here are water column descent, and you didn't start producing process nav until dive 228. So everything looks like it's working. Checking the folders, everything's writing. It's producing new files of the appropriate size that now have navigation and attitude data. So everything's good. Thank you.